And I thought you needed to have a little dessert. I know a lot of the things, when you hear about diabetic cooking, they can't have sugar, they can't have, you know, a lot of things. So I thought, well, let's do a dessert. It is, we're using, and I think one of the other things is to kind of go to more whole grain things. So we're using whole wheat flour rather than white flour. We're using brown sugar rather than white sugar. Just kind of changing your thinking a little bit along those lines. You throw these away, and I've got all the ingredients here. And a bowl. Okay, one bowl. And also using for a little topping. Okay, so we've got, let me take this over here, maybe. We've got an egg. Here's our granola for the topping, our buttermilk, egg. We've got a little bit of oil, and you can see how much oil we're talking about. 2 tablespoons is not a whole lot for a cake. I'm putting it in a 8-inch square pan rather than a round. I've got some fresh fruit, fresh berries. I chose blackberries and raspberries. For some reason, we did not have blueberries today. Okay, and I did choose the low-fat granola, our whole wheat flour. So we're going to start with our buttermilk. Put that in there. Our oil, 2 tablespoons of canola oil. That's another thing. Instead of using vegetable oil or olive oil, everything seemed to be canola oil. Put that with that. Here's a little brown sugar, 1/3 of a cup, an egg. And I like to just kind of beat that up a little bit before I put that in with all that. Okay, just a little bit, crunch that brown sugar up. I just whisked a little bit to kind of get the lumps out of the brown sugar. Now, I would imagine in your substitutions, if you wanted to use the Splenda. Splenda comes in a couple of different things. It comes in sort of the baking Splenda, which is all artificial. There's also a product that we used when we made the peanut brittle that was half sugar, half Splenda. They have the Splenda brown sugar, so there's lots of options there that you could use. Okay, so we've got in here our buttermilk, brown sugar, oil, vanilla. Measured out. And we'll be good and measure it out. A teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. Now to that, we're going to put our cup of whole wheat flour. We've got a half a teaspoon of baking soda. I put the salt in here with the cinnamon. Mix that up till we're just moistened. Sort of like when you do muffins. Okay. The whole wheat you really don't. I use the King Arthur flour. It doesn't come in any lumps. It was very fine. Oh, like you can see, I'll put some out here. You can see it was really fine. It didn't need to be sifted. So it was good. All right, now our berries. I've got blackberries and raspberries here. I'm going to put half of each of these in here. I can get them open. Okay. Okay. You can use the frozen. I thought maybe I wouldn't just, I was afraid that when they got thawed out, like I think if I was going to use frozen, I would put them in. You can buy the individually frozen ones, you know, not the stuff in syrup. And these are huge blackberries. I'll just cut some of those. Because of the way that I was doing it, I was afraid that they would thaw out too much and in the process. So I thought, well, let me just go with the fresh. But you can buy, I think there's a product down there that has the mixed berries, and that would have, I think it has raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and might have some strawberries in there. Okay, we're just going to kind of carefully stir this. So I think if you put the frozen berries in here frozen and then stirred it up rather than letting them thaw and they get kind of mushy. Here's our little pan. And I always like to use the foil lined pan to make it easier to lift out. I didn't, but you could. I feel it's easy to pull the foil off there, but that wouldn't be a problem if you sprayed it. So this is nice and berry-like. And you can see there's not a whole lot of sugar in here. The sugar is going to come from the natural sugar in the berries. These must have been some big blackberry bushes. Put our raspberries on there. Okay. And our granola. And you can crush this a little bit more if you like, so you don't have like these big lumps. When I was getting the box out, I just kind of chose stuff that had already been kind of crumbled up. Okay, then we're going to stick this in the oven. Our mixed berry cake.
That's pretty.
Isn't that pretty? I think that turned out really nice with using the whole berries like that. And again, you could use the frozen ones. I think it would turn out equally as nice.